This week in history, the Pilgrims first landed in America at Plymouth, Massachusetts. This happened in the year 1620.
Actually, they didn't call themselves Pilgrims. They called themselves Puritans. It wasn't until the time of Abraham Lincoln, about 250 years later, that people began to call them Pilgrims.
Okay, so the Puritans landed at Plymouth in 1620 after a long ocean voyage from England.
Well, they actually landed at the mouth of the Hudson River, in today's New York City first, but they didn't like the look of the farmland there, so they got back in their ships and sailed south.
Okay, so this week in history, the Puritans first landed in Plymouth, Massachusetts, after originally landing in New York City, but deciding it wasn't a good place to grow crops.
And also, this wasn't the first time some of them had been to America. One of the Puritans, Stephen Hopkins, tried to move to the Americas 10 years before, but was shipwrecked in Bermuda and spent several months there before being rescued. William Shakespeare used his story as inspiration for the play The Tempest, and even named a character after him called Stephano.
Okay, fine. This week in history, some Puritans, not Pilgrims, landed at Plymouth, Massachusetts instead of New York City. A few had been to the Americas before, but hey, this was new for most people. Why didn't we learn about this stuff in history class?
You do if you would just pay attention.
No, it's not my responsibility to pay attention.
Actually, the anniversary of Plymouth Rock happens next week.
Wait, I thought Columbus sailed Plymouth Rock.
In 1492, 3 ships sailed out to sea, the Nina and the Pinta and the Santa Maria. And as they sailed the stormy sea on that historic day, from way up in the crow's nest you could hear Luigi say, "Please, Mr. Columbus, turn the ship around. Take me back, I want to feel my 2 feet on the ground. Oh, why you tell Isabella that the world is round. Please, Mr. Columbus, turn the ship around."
Kara and Jesse are still fighting about the Pilgrims. I'm Travis. This is Jaden.
It was actually the Puritans?
Don't start with me.
Remember to get your tickets for the winter semi-formal, an evening in Paris. They're just $7 in advance at the business office, room 101, or $10 at the door at the night of the dance. That's January 6th from 7 to 9 p.m. in the cafeteria. Remember to bring your ID when purchasing tickets and to get into the dance. Register any non-THS student guests in the main office.
Freshmen, PE classes in the North Gym, don't forget to bring your charged Chromebook for the final. There will be no charging available and no paper copies of the exam, so be prepared.
Don't forget to bring any donations of warm clothing to your Trojan Time teacher for Miss Brand's Avid 11 clothing drive for the Cave Expressions Clothing Bank.
Keep bringing those toys for tots to the ROTC room. Make the holidays special for a little one.
And now to lunch with Celie and Olive.
Welcome back to What You Eat, and today you'll be having
a turkey dinner with a roll, a taco burger, or a pizza burger with fries.
For other options, you'll have mac and cheese with cornbread, black beans with quinoa, and a Christmas cookie.
And that's what you're eating.
Back to the news desk.
There will be no PM tutoring today after school, but you can attend Cocoa and Creme in the cafeteria instead. There will be tutors, prizes, food, and of course, hot cocoa.
If you've lost your charger, bring $15 to room 101 and bring your receipt to the library.
If you want to participate in the National English Honor Society Poetry Slam on January 25th from 7 to 9 p.m. in the auditorium, sign up on the Google form linked in the description or in the main office until January 17th.
At 3:05, there will be a Model UN meeting today in Remy's room. Now it's time for the club rundown.
Today after school, we have Scholars Bowl, FCS, and Spanish Club. And that's all we have for you today, Topeka High.
And remember, it's a great day to be a Trojan. And now we leave you with the November Staff Member of the Month.
Let me tell you about Sal. Couldn't have had a worse teacher. No, I'm just kidding.
What is your favorite part of teaching?
Students, no doubt. Students and the relationships that we build here with them. I mean, to see them succeed and stuff beyond high school, priceless for me. You know, I love teaching, but it's the relationships I build with the students.
I've known Sal for about 10 years, and he's a really big part of my life, and he's always been there for me, so him getting this honor is very important to me.
I met Sal Cruz in 8th grade, which was significantly later than a lot of other people, but immediately he was just one of the most influential people that I have met. He was so positive and encouraging, and He always pushed me and challenged me in my abilities immediately from the start.
I'm a proud graduate, 1989, of Topeka High. Love to see it get back to being more about, school spirit and students really being involved. I mean, we have so many kids that stand out here that are involved, but the school as a whole, because it's hard. It's hard to teach these days. Times have changed, so much. But I'd really like to see, school spirit and everybody get more involved.
I remember the first time playing in Cruise Line was my brother he started, and I was sitting in the back of the room and I was bored. So I started playing what my brother was playing on my lap, and Sal saw me doing that, and so he grabbed a little box for me to stand on because I was too short to reach the bass drum, and I started playing it and he started hooting and hollering. He had me play with the Cruise Line for the rest of the year, and then I haven't stopped since.
First met him, he was pretty hard on me. He picked on me a lot because he wanted me to be better, and he wanted to help me be a better leader. So he was really big on that, about maturity and leadership.
I wasn't sure where I was going to high school yet, but when I met Sal and I saw the drum line, I immediately realized that I was supposed to be at Topeka High. And without Sal, I wouldn't have a lot of the friends that I have. I wouldn't know my passion for music and that it's what I want to do for the rest of my life. So he has inspired me through his actions, through his passion for what he does and for the kids that he loves so well. So I'll forever be grateful for that.
Sal Cruz, that guy.
To live in the moment and really appreciate this is a magical place. I love Topeka High.